Hi guys, and welcome to iRacing. We're in the Radical in Australia at Phillip Island. I haven't qualified in this particular race, but I'm lining up 13th out of 20. So it's it's not a huge it's not a bad place to start.
Just legs for the one who takes out Mr. Wendell.
Some humorous comments on the chat. Right, here we go. Here's the start. Bit of bumping behind me. I made it through though.
Well, someone's trying to get me. Sorry about that. Somebody stopped in front of me. Oh my God.
Whoa. Whoa.
You kept coming out on me. I had nowhere to go.
Well, I got away with that to a degree, but lost a bunch of places. A lot of damaged cars there. We lost a bunch of places, but we didn't get damage. Didn't hit anything. Whoa. I'm not seeing a Radical race like that. I don't know where I am, but there's a hell of a lot of damaged car.
Middle of the track. What kind of idiot phone does that take?
I may be in 4th place at the moment. We'll find out in a minute. Waiting for it to update. No, 6th. I'll do that. I can take that. We've got a 2.5 second lead over the car behind. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ran a bit wide there. Looks like the front 4 are broken away.
In the right direction. Going for the top 10. Oh, your rear wing is destroyed, Malone. How much damage can this car take?
A lot of chatter about the accidents. Mick Carr's retired, so he was one of the cars involved.
Dang it, Malone, I'm following you.
But that just obliterated the mid-pack.
Being a moron, I don't know.
Now, the guy behind me traditionally has been quicker than me and quite aggressive. So I probably won't fight him if he catches me up.
Sorry about that.
This car's very twitchy. I did run it in practice prior to this race. But it should settle down. It's got quite a lot of oversteer dialed into it. Some cars that are a lap down have now come out of the pits.
Alright, the pro tip that I figured out with this car is you do not want to lock up the brakes.
Someone's just gone off somewhere. There's a yellow flag briefly then. Car heads a lap down. We'll go this way.
Her understeer's pretty heavily too, but it's still fun.
So some cars I think got light damage in that had to pit for a, but have pit, come out. We're only lap 3 and come out fairly quickly. So they.
All right, well that's not quite that bad.
So yeah, so that was a entertaining first lap. And that was really, you know, sometimes you have to throw your car off track just to... Oh, an accident. I was just talking about accident avoidance. And what am I forced to do? Avoid an accident. That was close. But when he do, you know, and I think he apologised, which was fair enough. It does mean Tonino's right with me now because I lost so much time on that lap. So this could get interesting. Let's see if we could settle down and put some 25s, 26s in, which is sort of where my pace should be. We've done a 27.8 is our fastest lap at the moment. Well, mine. Don't know why I say hour. In fact, I have a sneaky suspicion Tonino hit me at the last race here. If I remember rightly, it went for a very optimistic pass and took me out into that very hairpin. He's carrying a bit of damage. I don't know how that's affecting him. I could see that his rear wing's slightly bent.
Are you damaged there, Michael?
Looks like he's got a slight... I think he's got a battered left-hand side. Sorry, right-hand side. But it might not be affecting his handling particularly at all. These cars, you can batter the bodywork up. The side pod's a reasonable amount without actually affecting your car to any degree. You know, any real degree. Certainly not handling issues. Right, we're nearly 6 seconds down on the car ahead, but we lost a lot of that through. Now I'm pulling away from Tonini, so maybe he has got damage. We'll see. Someone just said they find someone. There's a lot of banter in this race after that accident, which is nice. You know, I mean, it was.
It's the most distracting thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
There's a lot of.
Matt, you're doing real good, man.
There's a lot of banter in this race, which is quite nice, you know. But if I can keep 6th or 7th, I'll be happy with that. It's a 20-car field. I haven't done a huge amount of practice, but I have done some. I've done enough to be comfortable with the track, comfortable with the setup. That was into the 26s.
Hang on to it, Corey.
And I did pull away from Andrea behind me in that lap, so hopefully I can keep that plugging away. Phillip Island, it's a fast track, but it's got a couple of hairpins. That's the first, which are quite tricky.
That is great fun.
But the run from through the last corner means you're flat out and through here. You're flat out for quite a high proportion of the track. So unlike Alton Park last week, we're running. Well, that reminds me, we've got to do the Alton Park video. We're running much lower.
Really fast version of the SRX.
Much lower downforce.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is, yeah.
Looks like Andrea has got some pace. He's right with me through there.
Hold on to it.
Well, that was a 27.7, so it was 0.8 down as well. Good exit there. Really could do trying to get into the 26s regularly. I overshot the hairpin a little bit there.
Well, it's just you and me now, Dwight.
I do like this track.
I guess.
There's a lot of tricky corners. That was a tricky corner there as well. This next one's
I hate that corner.
really tricky. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We held it.
No!
How I held that, I am not entirely sure. But not only did we hold... Oh, someone's just gone off by the sound of it. For position as well. And incidentally, we're into 5th, so someone's gone off prior to this as well. Lost a boatload of time with that slide, but that happens. That corner is quite tricky. Looks, he's got handling problems. And that, I think, is up to 4th. Struggling a bit in here. Oh, you know what I said about Andrea? There's a classic example. Just barges you out the way. He really is not a good driver. He's aggressive. That was never on. It's dropped us down the order, and it was never on. Absolutely never on.
Seriously, though, why isn't this car more popular? Do what? No, I said, why isn't this car more popular? It's so much fun. It's still tough to drive. You gotta use a lot of, I don't know.
Picked up a little bit of damage from that collision, understandably, but car feels fine. It's just annoying that we've dropped down to 7th, I think. Yeah, 7th. When we were running 4th, and it just was not... It was never on.
The GT3 series, it's popular. How long is this race supposed to? 12 minutes left. We're halfway now. Well, there you go, Corey. I think it's all yours now. Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering, did you get on the gas too early?
Just gotta try and...
Who knows? Then I went through a comedy of errors trying to get it back on the track.
Get some good laps in. I mean, 7th isn't bad.
The leader's only 9 seconds behind me. That's just horrible. Well, from no practice.
I had a bit of a slide there.
You got from the honest is driving the car at least once.
Slide in that corner isn't too bad, actually.
Thank you, LeBron. No problem.
Still not a lap in the laps. I mean, that's 28. I don't need 28. I need to be in the 27, 26s.
I'm glad that starting 16th and at the end of lap 1 I was 8th.
And there's a crash ahead.
I started last. It was 12th at the end of the
Any
first
guesses who
lap.
might be involved? Almost certainly Tannini involved. Don't know who else was.
He took a big hit in the last turn.
Yeah. Well, I avoided a bit of 5 accidents and ended up in 3rd, so... No, but he bought the farm and a second mortgage on the final corner and completely totaled the car. Yeah, I got lucky. I just stayed back a little bit.
So we've got Michael in 4th, Andrew in 5th, Robert in 6th, me in 7th. There's not much controversy. This is actually quite an intense course. We're comfortable where we are. We're 21 seconds up on the car behind, so it's just a case of trying to get some good laps in and actually try and close on these guys ahead. You know, they're carrying damage. I ought to be able to, but
I hope I pronounced your
but
name right anyway.
I keep braking too late for that corner.
Thank you, Kevin. I know you weren't trying to let me by, but thank you nonetheless for not spinning back in front of me.
There's a car off, apparently, according to my spotter. There he is. That's for position, I think. So there's one of those back. I think that was Robert.
Fast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that was Robert.
Yeah, no problem.
Well, I think his car's handling reasonably. He's right with me, but we'll see. Slow speed, I'm struggling in the slow speed corners. The faster corners, this car feels great. But I'm struggling for grip in the slower corners. Well, I say the slow corners. This one I don't feel too bad on. I think it's a more positive camber. This corner always is tricky.
What up, Corey?
Flat out through there, up to 6th.
I'm trying to copy the leader's braking.
He's got a draft on me. Oh, that was fun, and worth the 1x. Sometimes you just got to do that and just try it, you know. I'd lost the place, fight it as best you can, and I just couldn't quite hold the back end. That was fun. That's what racing's about. We're up to 6 minutes left of this race. Looks like we're going to end up in 7th, which I can cope with. I'm not, you know, I said earlier 6th I'll be happy with, 7th, you know. From 13th on the grid, you're not going to complain about that, are you? I'm disappointed Andrea hit me again. He really does need to calm down a little bit. But no point getting angry about it. Just got to settle down and keep racing. So we've got 5 minutes as I'm crossing the line.
Stay left going into this up here. Stay left.
Probably 4 laps left. It's been an interesting, reasonably exciting race.
Yeah, my left foot's starting to cramp up now.
And quite a challenging course. Looks like there's a passing position with low lap traffic ahead.
Yeah, I gotta remember to rest it down the main straightaway.
Yeah. Really, I'm just concentrating now and keeping it, bringing it home.
Thank you.
A little disappointed I couldn't keep faster laps going, you know. But that's racing for you. That's the way it goes sometimes. I mean, obviously the tyres are a bit worn now, and that damage, you know, it's not significant damage, but it might be knocking a couple of tenths off. I'd certainly really like to be in the 27s now, but ultimately it's... Whoa.
Fast.
Yeah. He was trying to let me past and I just overshot the corner. Whoops. Sorry about that. It was actually, you know, completely fair. He didn't know I was struggling for braking into that corner. Just being cautious, but don't want to lock up and run wide. I'm actually probably being more aggressive on the brakes into that corner than I'm into the other hairpin. But the other hairpin's not nearly as downhill, which is strange. Two minutes 22 behind to go, sorry. 2 laps. Maybe 3. Yeah, probably 3 for us. There's a lot of leading lap, you know, cars that you'd normally be top 10 that I'm now lapping because of the damage they got earlier in that race in those 2 crashes. And in fact, I'll probably do, because, you know, it's always worth looking at accidents like that and trying to learn from them. So at the end of this, as a separate video, I'll probably do a little sort of crash avoidance, understanding, reading the situation type thing. Which at the end of the day, I'm running in 7th. I should finish 7th if I keep her on the track. And nearly all of that's down to the fact that I avoided that turn 2 accident. So, you know, the fact that I went off didn't matter. Now I'm being, again, cautious here. Got a damaged car ahead of me. clearly driving sensibly, you know, trying to let cars pass, this kind of thing, but he's also clearly done. Whoa. Now, I actually braked early then because I wasn't sure what the intentions of Andrew ahead of me was. Okay, the intention was clearly to fall off the track.
White flag, go ahead. I hear that.
But that's the kind of caution, doesn't matter where you are, position wise, who you're racing, when you're lapping, that's what you should be doing. Just being patient, work your way through the traffic, don't do anything unpredictable, keep it smooth, keep it calm. White flag. Andrea's dropped back behind Robert Plumley now.
Yeah, it looks like a little wee miniature Corvette from the back. Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
First hairpin for the first.
I'm trying to catch Corey up here, not having any luck at it. Good job, everybody. Nice fun racing. Good job, Corey.
Yeah, man, same to you. Despite all the craziness that we both did, it's still fun no matter what. That was awesome.
I didn't expect to get this, so I'm happy.
I just watched all my security go down the drain, probably.
Right. Whoa! I really don't know what happened there.
SR had probably gained, but IR, I don't know. Trying number 2, not too bad, getting into third position, so.
The back end just went on me then.
I only had 3 incident points, so that ought to be alright.
I don't know what happened there at all. But we had lost a place because we're already on the lead. You know, we were on the lead lap.
Sunday or something like that, just poke on the forum just to make the race official at like a specific time or something, or make it like a day or something like that.
And there we go. 7th. I'll take that. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you soon. Ta-ra.